On this day in history, it's that pesky technological change again. Because it was on March 26th, back in 1959, the president of the Canadian Parliamentary Press Gallery deigned to allow that perhaps radio and television journalists should be allowed to join his august organization. Now, that may seem like a typically sedate Canadian moment in history. I mean, out in the world, there's chaos and violence. In fact, March 26, 1979, saw the signing of a peace treaty between Egypt and Israel after a series of bloody wars that had threatened global stability, a peace treaty that got Anwar Sadat assassinated. Here you've got grainy black and white film from the time when horn-rimmed glasses were chic and everybody important was a man, acknowledging perhaps that since television news had been broadcast in Canada for 7 years and radio for about 3 decades, it was time to admit that they might actually be here to stay. And go, hey buddy, heard of Sputnik? And it has relevance to the modern day where one wants to shout at the CRTC, hey buddy, heard of the internet? Because the CRTC has finally gotten around to deciding that perhaps consumers ought to be allowed some of that, was it choice? Is that how you say it? The CHOICE thing? But not a complete choice, don't get hysterical here, but there'll be a basic cable package, a skinny package, and after that you'll actually be allowed to decide what you want to watch. Moreover, there'll be less Canadian content. You won't have to have it all the time during the day. And those of us who worked for Sun News Network are tempted to say, thanks for getting there a month too late. Maybe if consumers had a bit more choice, we might have survived. But they're not a month too late. They're years too late, because their problem is the interwebs. The fact that increasingly people are watching stuff outside of the universe of cable television altogether. The big 3 American networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, they're working with Apple TV. Meanwhile, Netflix, which started out streaming content, has produced its own wildly successful television series, if that's the right word for it, the American adaptation of House of Cards. There's a profusion of options out there. There's choice throughout the internet. It has escaped the control of regulators, and there they are, belonging on that black and white film, putting on their snazzy horn-rimmed glasses and saying, oh yes, perhaps within a cable television, the viewer ought occasionally to be allowed to select some of what they would like to watch. Guess what, guys? It's not 1959 out there, and even when it was too late for that attitude.